Welcome back. We're talking to the candidates running for the state's 30th Assembly District, and now we're going to move on to the issue of air quality. Each year, more residents in the San Joaquin Valley die prematurely from our bad air quality than all of those who perished on September 11th. Currently, there's a bill in the legislature, AB 2522, allowing the San Joaquin Valley Air District to increase motor vehicle registration fees from $7 up to $30 per vehicle per year. The governor has not indicated whether or not he's going to sign this bill. If the bill is vetoed, would you support it in the next session if it's reintroduced? Mr. Gilmore.
I would like to see the bill in its full context. I will say that we all want clean air in the valley. I have 6 grandchildren growing up here, 2 of which have respiratory issues. But I do believe that we need to work in a balance with our businesses. This is a problem for everyone, business and citizens alike, and we need to work together with good science without over-regulation, again, damaging our economy. We need to.
Okay. Ms. Flores.
You know, I'm not, I don't know the full content of the bill, as my opponent has indicated. It's hard to say, yes, you're going to vote for something when you don't know all the details on it. But what I will say is that, you know, one thing we can do, and I'll bring it up again, is the high-speed rail bond. That system is going to cut 12 billion pounds of pollutants just with the system. So, you know, that's another way to look at it. Rather than, you know, charge people $40 or whatever the amount is that you said.
Up to 30.
Up to 30, yeah. You know, to the people probably who could least afford it, you know, that's another way to do it.
Okay. Mr. Geluso, you've got the next question.
Mr. Gilmore, should the state raise fuel economy standards for passenger cars or for freight trucks in order to lower pollution in the valley?
That really, as I see it, would be a federal issue. The automobile industry here in the United States right now is, as many are in dire straits as well. And this is something that we didn't get here overnight, and we're not going to change this overnight. I believe it very, very strongly is that as we push forward with emissions, that we have to strike a balance so that we're not further damaging our economy.
Mrs. Flores?
I think we need to get the trucks off the road. I think we need to get people out of their cars and into mass transit. That's what we need to do.
Okay. Very succinct. Ms. Kazmarek, you've got the next question.
Yes, Ms. Flores, you first. As we mentioned, the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District is charged with cleaning up the air between Bakersfield and Stockton. Do you think that they are effective in doing this? And do you think there's anything else that can be done?
You know, I think they're doing the best that they can do today. But, you know, times are changing, the air's getting worse, the options are getting less that can be done that people are willing to do. Mm-hmm. So I think we just have to make a good effort to involve everyone, and everyone knows we have bad air, but not everyone is willing to do something about it. We need to work together to find solutions.
And Mr. Gilmore.
I believe the Air Resources Board, I think one thing that would be very, very helpful on that board is to have an engineer or a scientist to ensure that we are looking at everything that we can do scientifically, and us as residents of this state to work on cleaning up our air. Again, I continually go back to the economy. We have to strike a balance. Mm-hmm. So that we are cleaning our air, but we're also keeping our economy healthy.
Okay, Mr. Hurley, you've got the next question.
You've pointed out, both of you, that poor air quality contributes to poor health.
Yes.
This is a question about health care. What measures do you support for health care reform in California? The governor has vetoed universal health care, SB 840, Sheila Kuehl's bill. He's proposed his own plan, didn't fly. The Speaker of the Assembly proposed a plan, didn't fly. What's the solution, and what do you favor?
Mr. Gilmore, you've got that first one.
Well, universal health care right now, given our state's economy, how would we afford it? Personally, myself, I would like to see more. We have business health enterprise zones right now. I would like to see some incentives for specialists, doctors, and nurses to be retained here, 24-hour centers that we keep people out of the ER rooms that are going into ER rooms and they're not being reimbursed, and bringing people, specialists into the valley incentives to bring doctors and nurses here to address the issue.
Ms. Flores?
Well, 3 plans out there, none of them work. The governor didn't like SB 840, and nobody's crazy. Everybody wants universal health care, but nobody wants to pay for it. So, you know, maybe we have to go back and work with business leaders. We have to find ways to, you know, make it so that businesses can afford to offer insurance to their employees. So we've got a lot of work to do to work with the business community to find ways to be able to fund insurance programs for their employees.
Thank you very much. When we come back, the candidates will debate what can be done to lower energy prices, including what we pay at the pump. That conversation when we return. This is a Maddie Institute Election Special.